Hello guys, what's up and welcome back. I'm back here again, and I have something very important to say today. Okay, what I want to talk about is this. I have a very good reason to be intentional about my health, and I know that so many people too have very good reasons to be intentional about their health. Like, we don't have an option than to be intentional about our health. Like people who they have genes that are prone to cancer, they have gene prone to fibroids, they have gene prone to diabetes, they have genes that are prone to different kind of terminal diseases. And actually, I come from a family that is prone to diabetes. Like, my family members, if they live recklessly, they come down with diabetes. I'm not joking here. I'm being very serious and very frank. Okay, so I've had a very traumatic childhood because of this. Okay, I grew up knowing my father to be a healthy person. My father is my favorite parent. Okay, he was, because he's not alive anymore. He was my favorite parent as a child, and I have very fond memories of him. You know, along the line, he fell ill. We were with him one day in our sitting room, and he was preparing to go to his place of work. He was a cobbler, so he was preparing to go to his place of work, and he was trying to wear his shoe, and before you know what's happening, he injured himself as he was trying to wear his shoe, and blood started coming out from from one of his legs, and the blood was just gushing out. I think I was just about maybe 6 years as at the time, and blood was just gushing out from his leg, and he started shouting, he started calling my mom. My mom came around and, you know, started trying to see how she can use face aid on him to stop the blood, but the blood wouldn't stop. The blood just kept, you know, coming out, and all of these things coming out, and they had to go to the hospital. And it was after they went to the hospital that the blood stopped. And after a while, we noticed that the wound wasn't healing. Instead, it was rotting. Okay, so this continued, and his health continued to deteriorate. Like, I didn't really understand what was happening at the time, you know. And before you know what was happening, my father became bedridden, couldn't walk. My mother was one taking care of him, cleaning him up, and all of these things. He was always, you know, on the bed and all of these things. And at some point, I always saw him giving himself injection, like he was giving himself injection on the leg. I never really understood what was happening. You know, it was like years later, after I became an adult, I now understood that, you know, it was diabetes that made my father to have that wound, and the wound was not healing because he had diabetes, and the reason he became bedridden was because he had diabetes. And eventually, along the line, he died. So my father died from diabetes, and according to what we were told as at that time, we were told that is sugar that killed my dad. You know, that's what the illiterate understood. Do you understand? So we're not told that it's lifestyle that killed him. We're told that it is sugar that killed him. So that's actually made me to dislike sugar. I used to lick sugar as a child then, but after that, after I watched my father being buried, I stopped. I don't even drink minerals like fizzy drinks. I stopped drinking fizzy drinks, stopped drinking malt, stopped drinking anything that has sugar. Like literally, if even drinking gari, I don't use sugar. Like I stopped. I literally stopped taking anything sugar. But growing up and coming to understand what actually happened, you know, I see that it's actually a lifestyle issue. My father was living a sedentary lifestyle that led him to have diabetes. You know, he used to drink alcohol, he used to do a lot of things that were harmful to his health. You know, that was one of the reasons why he came down with diabetes, and he came down with type 2, not type 1, type 2 diabetes, and that made him to lose his life. Okay, so I also watched my grandmother. Yeah, I was still also young when my grandmother died, you know, from diabetes. But she was an old woman. She was about 80 something years when she died. But having to see another member of my family die from diabetes, I was like, yo, okay. And currently I also have a relative that is sick with diabetes. Yes. So that's enough reason for me to be very intentional about my health. Like, I cannot live my life like every other person. Do you get? Like every other person who do not have a genetic health issue. I can't live my life that way. You know, there are different types of genetic issue, like I mentioned earlier. There are people who is fibroid, some people their family members come down with cancer, some people is hypertension, some people is low BP, hypotension, different kind of genetic health illness. So it's good you also understand what's going on in your family, okay, and know how to be intentional about your health, so that what happened to your ancestors will not happen to you. Okay, what you saw some members of your family suffer would not be your own story. So intentionality is very, very important. So this is one of the reasons why I'm actually going on a weight loss journey, and I have to, it's very important. I'm in my 30s right now, and I have to lose weight, to be sincere. If I don't want to come down with diabetes in the future, I have to change my lifestyle and I have to lose weight. And this is one of the reasons why I'm on this journey. This is it's not only for people who have genetic health issues in their lineage. Like people, even if you don't have genetic health issues in your lineage, you can also join join the weight loss journey and all of that. You don't have to what is it called? You don't have to have a genetic health issue actually for you to lose weight. If you are being overweight alone is a sickness. I tell you, being overweight alone is a disease. You know, you would be having so many things wrong with you, even when you don't have a genetic health illness in your family. You will be coming down with a lot of things. You'll be having a lot of health issues. You are likely to have hypertension. You are likely to be breathless all the time. You are likely to what is it called, to come down with a lot of health illnesses. Seriously. So being overweight is not a good thing. Whether you have a degenerative health illness in your lineage or not, being overweight is not healthy. Yeah, so I hope this helps someone out there and also inspire someone to start a weight loss journey. Don't wait till you hear that your family has a degenerative health illness before you reduce that waistline. Start today. Start now. If you're overweight, you know that you need it. So you just have to start and see the results. All right, take care.